This week is National FFA Week, and as part of Cruisin Morrisn County, we're speaking with local FFA groups. This week I spoke with Little Falls FFA members, and members like Faith Gangle and Nicole Meyer explained why they joined FFA.
Well, I had an older sister who was in FFA in the 9th grade, and she kind of enjoyed it. So I joined it in 10th grade and decided that I'd give it my all when I joined.
I live on a dairy farm, so freshman year was like, well, I'm a farmer, so I should probably be an FFA. But it wasn't until last year when our old advisor, Aaron Daninger, was like, hey, you let's do this. You can do this. And it really got me into doing some of the stuff I'm doing now.
As with any organization, local FFA chapters have many officers. Brandy Doble talks about what her position is with the Little Falls FFA, while Faith Gangle explains hers. Sam Phillips talks about being the club sentinel, and Nicole Meyer talks about being the head of the chapter as chapter president.
I am the Little Falls FFA's reporter for the officer team. My job is to make sure that the community knows about FFA and what we're doing, and make sure that our school knows what's going on, and like submitting things into the newspaper and updating our Facebook page. Well, for every competition, every CDE, after that's completed, goes into the paper. We took our chapter picture, which went into the paper.
I'm the FFA secretary, and I also do the general livestock team, which made it to state this year, and the parliamentary procedure team.
I'm here to assist the president in maintaining order during the meetings, and I am kind of the key person. I go out and I try to promote FFA and have people join FFA and get new members in our chapter.
Well, last year I was the chapter reporter. I've been in FFA since my freshman year, and it's my senior year. I've just really loved agriculture, so I decided to run for president last year, and I was picked to do it.
And like any organization, the FFA chapters need to fundraise so they can do contests or trips for their members. Sam Phillips talks about the fruit sales that they do, and Brandy gives her insight of why she does fruit sales.
Our main fundraiser we do is the fruit sale, which was earlier this year.
My favorite thing this year so far was selling fruit, because I go over to Little Falls Machine, and they're all really nice people, and they all are really big supporters of the FFA, and they buy a lot of fruit.
FFA members also take in a variety of contests. Faith, Nicole, and Sam talk about what they do for the contest portions of FFA.
So in April, we'll go down to the state competition place, which is the U of M, and we will compete by judging different types of animals and giving our reasons, so we can potentially make it to nationals. So in April, we'll go down to the state competition place, which is the U of M, and we will compete by judging different types of animals and giving our reasons, so we can potentially make it to nationals. Well, it would be a definite surprise, and it would also mean we had another opportunity to do something bigger.
We have a lot of different things, from like ag mechanics to like floriculture, and there's a lot of different public speaking along with kind of the more agriculturally oriented things.
My big contest is parliamentary procedure. I'm the head chair of that competition, and it's a really good thing to do.
FFA members also find time to volunteer in their communities. Sam Phillips talks about what the local chapter here in Little Falls does to help out in the community.
We do a lot of stuff. We work we volunteer at Ruby's Pantry, and this year we did the Giving Tree, and we do a lot of volunteer work throughout the county.
The FFA members also talked about their favorite parts about being involved in FFA, while Nicole also talked about her future plans as she is a senior at Little Falls High School.
Well, we have our monthly meetings, and we'll We have icebreakers where we play games with our members and just tell them about what's going on within FFA. Like our FFA week coming up, we've been talking about that for a few weeks. And just like some community events like our Ruby's Pantry.
My favorite part of FFA is probably the leadership part, because it's so cool it's so neat how you can touch other kids' lives just by what you love to do. And my favorite thing is probably during FFA week our lunchtime activities.
I like when we have meetings and I get to be with a lot of people that have the same interests as I do, and it's just a fun time.
Well, I plan on taking a year off and then to earn some money, and then I plan on going to Ridgewater College for a dairy management program, and hopefully I'll be able to keep in contact with the FFA chapter and seeing what I can do to help out.
The members of the Little Falls FFA gives some misconceptions about FFA and some advice for those that are thinking to join.
You don't have to live on a farm or have relatives that are farmers to be an FFA, because FFA not only, it's about agriculture, but you get so much more out of it, like meeting lots and lots and lots of new people. And actually my public speaking has gotten a lot better since being an FFA, which is a really good thing. And you learn leadership, and it's just a good organization.
Well, there's actually a lot more than just farming that you can add into FFA, and what I do is I work at Dairy Queen and Pizza Ranch, and that ties into my FFA AET experience, where I gain hours and experience, and I can potentially get money for what I do.
Try it out. If you don't like it, you can always quit, but you'll never get the experience if you don't start it.
I'd say kind of if they were skeptical because they're not exactly like a farmer or something. It's not really about farming anymore. Of course, we're agriculturally based, but it's more about leadership, and really it's a fun time if you're interested in this kind of stuff.
We've been speaking with members of the Little Falls FFA chapter, as it is National FFA Week, which runs today through next Saturday. We've been talking about various activities, what officers do, and why you should join FFA. I also had a chance to speak with members of the Royalton FFA, and they talked about the fruit sales that they do, which is an important fundraising effort for their chapter.
Typically we do fruit sales. That's our big one that we do. So in October and November we sell fruit to area people.
We have actually gone snow tubing at Eagle Mountain, and that was really fun. Or the rodeo is a big thing that our funds carry, so that the whole entire chapter gets to go to the rodeo during FFA week or before FFA week.
FFA has a officer team, whether it be a president, vice president, treasurer, or some other ones like student advisors. The members of the Royalton FFA talk about their positions within the local chapter.
I am the chapter president, and typically I just run the meetings and help with any questions that the kids have on regards of our events coming up.
I am the chair of the parliamentary procedure team, and we just went to regions and took first place as a team. And if anybody has any questions on how the meetings are run and anything with parliamentary law, I am your go-to guy.
As a student advisor, I help out with AT Tracker, which is an online program that we use for SAEs that we do, like people journal their hours to get their SAE state experience award.
And with this being National FFA Week, that means the local chapters will be putting on lunchtime activities for their fellow students to both entertain and inform them about what FFA is. Royalton President Megan Chick talks about what Royalton plans to do this week.
This next week we will be having FFA week, and that's national-wise throughout our nation. One day we have a grain count, and then during homeroom each day we have trivia,